Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning into the Ocean Climate Impact series brought to you by the Tradewinds Content Studio. We shine a spotlight on shipping industry experts and what ocean-based climate solutions they offer. I'm your host, Jay Dupree, content producer and presenter for the Tradewinds Content Studio. In episode 6, we spoke to Subha Savandran, Director of Strategy, M&A and Sustainability at Bureau Veritas Marine and Offshore, about juggling innovation and growth in an increasingly sustainable world. Today's episode is a little different to our usual episodes, as we're saying goodbye to 2024 and the first season of the Ocean Climate Impact series. Over the last year, we've spoken to some really interesting people, touching on important topics in the marine industry to bring you a better understanding of what companies are doing to drive decarbonisation during a time of increasing pressure to meet goals and regulations. We have 2 returning speakers on the podcast today, Shankar Raghavan from MariApps and Subha Savandran from Bureau Veritas Marine and Offshore. You might remember Shankar as our very first guest speaker, joining us back in April. He is the founder and CEO of MariApps, a provider of fully integrated marine solutions for web and mobile platforms, and we discussed how their products can aid decarbonisation. Subha was our most recent guest, chatting to us last week. He is the Director of Strategy, M&A and Sustainability at Bureau Veritas, and we spoke to him about scaling and innovating whilst also taking an active role in improving sustainability. Today, we will be looking at market trends, the future of the industry, collaboration, cost management, growth, and much more. In an ever-changing industry, it's paramount to be informed about the tools that could be making this transition easier, more efficient, and more cost-effective. 2 companies that specialize in making this journey easier for you are Bureau Veritas and MariApps. Thanks for joining me, Subha and Shankar.
Hi, Jay. It's great to be here again to discuss the latest trends, innovations in the maritime industry. We are also looking forward to hearing Subha's insights from Bureau Veritas and the challenges and opportunities facing the industry. As we wrap up 2024, it's clear that the industry is undergoing a significant transformation driven by the urgent need for decarbonization and sustainability.
Now, to jog our listeners' memories, Shankar, can you tell us about the work that MariApps does?
MariApps Marine Solutions is incorporated in Singapore, a leading digital solutions company. We have globally around 10 locations we operate from. We are dedicated to providing customized applications and digital solutions for maritime enterprises. Our flagship products, SmartPal and CruisePal, are comprehensive suites designed to meet the evolving needs of the maritime and cruise industry.
And what about the products you offer? Are there any that you'd like to highlight, especially as AI has become quite the buzz topic in the industry since we last spoke?
AI is already part of our offerings, and AI is also integrated with our core offerings. MariApps harnesses the power of AI for maritime innovation through a separate company. Actually, we have formed a separate entity called Ocean AI, which is based out of Dubai and India. Ocean AI is a subsidiary of MariApps, dedicated to revolutionizing the maritime industry through advanced artificial intelligence tools, aims to seamlessly integrate AI technologies into MariApps' flagship products, the digital software suite, SmartPal, CruisePal, delivering unparalleled value to our clients. It's part of the offerings now, and it's fully integrated with our enterprise offerings.
And Subha, turning to you for Bureau Veritas, I'm sure the majority of people working in the marine industry will have heard of Bureau Veritas, but can you give us an overview of the company and the work you do with your clients?
Yeah, thanks, Jade. So Bureau Veritas has 80,000 staff worldwide and works across a number of different sectors. With our core business is in testing, inspection, and certification, known as TIC. Now, BV was founded 196 years ago, and its founding business was in the marine sector. So at BV, Marine and Offshore, we want to be that preferred partner to the marine and offshore industry, shaping safety, security, sustainability, and digitalization by prioritizing our customers' needs and being close to them and their markets. So in terms of the work we do for our customers, we are across all marine and offshore segments and provide classification and verification of ships and offshore assets. So we support the industry by developing and enforcing technical standards for design and construction and maintenance. We then provide surveying and inspection services to ensure compliance with those standards and to help identify any issues. After that, we then issue certificates so that customers can then demonstrate that their assets are fit. And from all of that, we have amassed an amount of technical knowledge and experience. And so we also provide technical and strategic consultancy services. Finally, of course, there's a number of stakeholders involved. So innovation and research is a key part of our business, of which we're involved with a wide range of topics to support these clients as they push the industry to new heights.
And how does Bureau Veritas provide tailored services with sustainability in mind?
So when it comes to decarbonisation of the shipping industry, it's perhaps the biggest challenge facing us right now. So putting it simply, stakeholders such as ship owners need to make choices now that they need to live with for the next 25 years. So then to complicate things, there are multiple pathways to reach net zero and to decarbonise a fleet. But that could be through alternate fuels or alternate means of propulsion or a combination of both. So at BV, we are there to support our customers on their decarbonisation journey, whatever form that may take. So since stakeholders could have a fleet of 2 or 200 vessels, they could trade in routes where supply chain infrastructure required for decarbonisation may not be ready, or they may simply have different goals and shareholder pressures. From our experience, there is definitely not a one-size-fits-all. It is definitely amazing to see how many different levers there exist in terms of using alternate fuels and alternate means of production to impart this reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. So again, it's BV's role to be across all of these different levers and provide our customers with that understanding of not only technically how it works, but what are the impacts of going down different paths. So in terms of our services tailored to sustainability, again, we provide classification, consultancy, and digital solutions. In the consultancy space, we provide risk and safety studies, as we're assessing new alternative fuel system designs and new alternative means of propulsion. We also provide energy efficiency advisory through either structural engineering analyses or through digital optimization software. There are other services like greenhouse gas decarbonisation strategies, regulatory and compliance advisory, sustainable finance support, and finally the verification of emissions, which is wholly within BV's offerings in this space.
There's 3 elements that I want to talk to you both about that we didn't speak at length about in your individual episodes, and that is cost, challenges, and collaboration. Let's start with collaboration. Both Bureau Veritas and MariApps believe strongly in collaboration, working with clients to create tailored plans and solutions. Why is collaboration important to the current marine industry? Suba, let's start with you.
So collaboration is key. That's probably a bit cliche, but the simple idea is that we work in a truly global industry. For example, if you want to run your vessel on zero carbon fuels, you need participation from a green, renewable energy producer, the transmission and distribution, the storage players, the ports. And then to complicate things, when your vessel then arrives at its destination, ideally it is able to then tap into, again, another clean energy supply chain to meet its zero carbon fuel needs. So this is also, this idea of green corridors. But beyond that critical clean energy supply chain, you need governments, regulators, financiers to support and incentivize the right behavior of all of these stakeholders. So collaboration is absolutely key. So many stakeholders are involved in trying to make this work. At BV, beyond maritime, we work across the entire value chain, and we hope to bring that trust and verification that is needed to achieve these big ambitions.
Shankar, what are your thoughts?
Collaboration, it means, Bureau Veritas is also a class collaboration between the, ship owners, ship managers, and also other industry bodies, and then the class and then the flag states all working together is very critical for the maritime industry, especially as we navigate the complex landscape of decarbonization, digitalization. By working together, we can share knowledge, resources, best practices to accelerate the transition to a more sustainable future. We all face similar challenges, so we don't have to reinvent the wheel here. If we collaborate, work together, we will have a much better results. And regulatory compliance, operational efficiency, cost reduction is the focus for everyone. By sharing experiences and solutions, we can learn from each other and develop innovative ways to overcome these obstacles. And also, collaboration fosters innovation by bringing together diverse perspectives and expertise. By working together, we can develop more effective and efficient solutions.
But collaboration isn't always easy, and neither is predicting the future of the shipping sector, especially as goals are being set and disputed and new, more stringent regulations are always being introduced. How do you handle working with clients in such an unpredictable environment? Suba, what are your thoughts?
Right. So when talking about regulations, and I think we discussed this in the first part of this series around IMO's goals and their 2023 IMO greenhouse gas strategy. Without going over those numbers again, there is the goal to reach close or to near zero by 2050. Now, it's a complex challenge, and for sure, I don't envy our customers' positions. It is hard. There are, again, a number of different choices that they need to be making when it comes to how they should be interpreting these regulations and the choices they make in their business as leaders. So, for instance, specifically when it comes to Fuel EU, BV has a platform called Veristar Green that it allows customers to use to perform a calculation of the expected fees that they can foresee once these regulations come into place. So again, BV is there to educate and provide our interpretation to support our clients in making that most optimal decision that they can make with the data that they have on hand right now.
And Shankar?
It is true the maritime industry is constantly evolving with the new regulations and technological advancements emerging regularly, that means periodically. This creates both challenges and opportunities for business like ours. To effectively navigate this dynamic, ever-changing landscape, we prioritize the following: adaptability, stay agile, and then we are responsive to changing market conditions and regulatory requirements. Proactive communication, we proactively maintain open and transparent communication with our clients, industry bodies, keeping them informed about the trends, industry trends, potential impacts on their businesses. Customized solutions, we are one of the few who tailor our solution to meet the specific needs of each client, taking into account their unique challenges and goals. Long-term partnership is vital for our industry and also our solutions. We focus on building strong long-term partnerships with our clients based on our mutual understanding. By working closely with our clients and staying ahead of the industry's trends, we can help them navigate these challenges and capitalize on emerging opportunities.
And what are the most pertinent challenges you're experiencing whilst trying to create solutions for clients in this market? Are there any trends you're noticing? Shankar, what are your thoughts?
One of the most significant challenges we face is the rapid pace of technology advancement. While this presents exciting opportunities also, it requires us to continuously adapt and innovate. To stay ahead of the curve, we need to invest in research and development and collaborate with industry partners to develop cutting-edge solutions. Another challenge is the increasing complexity of regulations and standards. As the industry evolves, so do the regulatory requirements. We must stay informed about these changes, ensure that our solutions comply with all relevant regulations, and we communicate this to our customers. In terms of trends, we are seeing a growing emphasis on sustainability, digitalization. Clients are increasingly seeking solutions that can help them reduce their environmental impact, improve operational efficiencies. We are also seeing a rise in data-driven decision-making and the AI tools, with companies using data analytics to automate and optimize their operations.
And Suba?
So I think this can link back to the idea of cost, right? And it's that constant discussion of being pragmatic, but at the same time going sustainable, but not just going sustainable for the sake of it. We see that it's always important to keep in mind our clients' priorities, and those are around cost and schedule. So for sure, we think that is the absolute challenge, that how can clients do the right thing and make sustainability good business, but at the same time respond to their pressures around cost and schedule and shareholder needs, in order to make sure that they're making these decisions in a cost-effective way.
And from a cost perspective, your clients will always have to look after their bottom lines at the end of the day. So in what ways do your respective services help your clients manage costs when being green and sustainable feels like it comes with an additional price tag at times? Suba, let's start with you.
Yeah, so, building on that idea of cost, thinking about digitalization and the impact that can bring. For example, in route optimization, it's actually all about minimizing fuel consumption, so that it's all about cost first and foremost. But the great thing is that it helps reduce carbon emissions. So again, Bureau Veritas has another software called CCAT that does exactly this. And this can then feed into a broader greenhouse gas emission strategy. So first, you're understanding your baseline, so that your current emissions. You're then making choices around carbon abatement strategies, and these are based on costs and what your business can stand, to then achieve those expected outcomes, all the time keeping an eye on costs. So there are other levers, such as energy saving devices and of course the design of the vessel itself, hull optimization, for example, which will always be areas of constant innovation and improvement, though incremental. So the point is, without doubt, the vast majority of emissions comes from exhaust gas. So that is a logical area for clients and customers to focus their spend.
And Shankar, from MariApps' perspective?
While sustainability is crucial, it's essential to balance environmental impact with economic viability. Our solutions are designed to help clients achieve both. How we do it? Efficiency gains. Our digital solutions can significantly improve operational efficiency, leading to reduced costs and increased productivity. Predictive maintenance. By leveraging AI and IoT, we can predict equipment failures, schedule maintenance proactively, minimizing downtime and reducing maintenance costs. Optimized fleet management. Our solutions can help optimize fleet operations, reducing fuel consumptions, voyage planning, and emissions. Data-driven decision-making. By providing valuable insights and data-driven recommendations, we empower clients to make informed decisions that can lead to cost savings. Ultimately, our goal is to help the clients achieve their sustainability goals without compromising their bottom line. By investing in the sustainable solutions, clients can not only reduce their environmental impact, but also enhance their long-term profitability.
The future is obviously hard to predict, but if you could hazard a guess, what topics or regulations do you think will play the biggest part in the future of the shipping industry?
The future of the shipping industry is undoubtedly intertwined with sustainability and digitalization. Here are a few key trends that I believe will shape the industry in the coming years. 1. Decarbonization. Alternative fuels. The adoption of alternative fuels like LNG, methanol, and hydrogen will be crucial. It's already being done. Energy efficiency. Continue to focus on energy efficient technologies and operational practices. Carbon capture and storage. Exploring innovative solutions for carbon capture and storage, which is vital. Number 2, digitalization. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, leveraging AI to optimize operations, maintenance, decision making. Autonomous shipping, advancements in autonomous vessel technology. Digital twins, creating virtual replicas of ships to optimize performance and reduce downtime. Regulatory landscape. Stricter emissions regulations. Stricter regulations such as IMO's GHG strategy to drive innovation and accelerate the transition to cleaner fuels. Data privacy and cybersecurity. As the industry becomes more digitalized, data privacy and cybersecurity will become increasingly important, take the forefront, as there are so much data to analyze. By staying informed about these trends and adapting to the changing regulatory landscape, the shipping industry can navigate the future with confidence.
And Suba, from Bureau Veritas' perspective?
So at BV, we think that decarbonisation will continue to be a key area of focus, and regulations will have the power to incentivize people to do the right thing and to create that right behavior. I think cybersecurity as well is a key area that will be further regulated as we go forward. At this stage, we are just starting to see some mandatory requirements for cybersecurity come in as of mid this year in 2024. That will be a start for clients to start to take this type of threat seriously and to really think about how they're going to be responding to that moving forward. Again, there are other regulations perhaps around the digitalization and the impact that will have on shipping. So definitely a complex road ahead, but again, Bureau Veritas plays that role to support our clients in trying to interpret those regulations and moving forward with confidence.
And regulations within the industry are being introduced and changed all the time. So how do your respective companies stay on top of these regulation changes and implement this into the work you do with clients?
Again, I guess this goes back to some of the recent changes, taking examples for Fuel EU, where the European Union is coming up with a set of regulations. And next year in 2025, we will expect to see the global organization IMO coming with their recommendation for new rules. Now, of course, this creates a bit of a conundrum where we are a global industry, but then we are starting to see obviously some regional regulations being coming to the fore. So again, a complex area, and we encourage clients to reach out to companies like us at Bureau Veritas. We are speaking with clients with a number of different challenges, so we're able to bring that support when it comes to advising on certain directions that clients should be considering.
And Shankar?
Staying updated on the ever-evolving regulatory landscape is a critical challenge for the maritime industry. To address this, MariApps employs a multi-pronged approach. One, dedicated regulatory teams. We have dedicated teams that monitor regulatory changes and ensure compliance. Number two, client collaboration. We work closely with our clients to understand their specific needs and challenges and to tailor the solutions to meet the regulatory compliance requirements. Technology solutions. We leverage technology to automate compliance processes and reduce the risk for human error. By combining these strategies, we can effectively navigate the complex regulatory landscape and help our clients stay compliant.
Looking to the future, do you have any advice for those in the sector looking to tackle decarbonization head on? It feels like the future is pretty uncertain, so any parting words?
The future of the maritime industry is undoubtedly exciting, challenging, but while that exact trajectory is uncertain due to the alternate fuels and also the regulatory compliance, I believe that the digitalization and sustainability will continue to be the key drivers for the near foreseeable future. I would advise industry players to embrace digitalization, foster innovation in terms of investing in R&D, be willing to collaborate and build resilient supply chains that can withstand disruptions and be able to adapt to the ever-changing circumstances. By embracing these, we can collectively work towards a more sustainable and efficient future for the maritime industry.
And Suba, from Bureau Veritas' perspective?
For me, again, it's around scenario planning. There is clear uncertainty here. There are many decarbonization levers that we've discussed, around alternate fuels and alternate means of propulsion. For me, it's important for leaders to take that scenario approach, right? So making choices that allow the businesses to respond to the changing market conditions is key. There are, for instance, we've seen in recent times methanol as an alternative fuel starting to scale, but in 2024 we've started to see again a adoption more back to LNG. Now, the point is, I think clients and players in the industry need to be protecting their business by making choices that allow them again to change as the market changes. We start to see different supply and supply chains coming up. So for me, definitely keep an eye on that infrastructure, the global infrastructure in terms of the supply chain that's required to achieve what we want in terms of decarbonisation. It's definitely more than just the maritime supply chain, and based on that, it'll be important to make key decisions going forward.
Unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. But before we leave, how can our listeners learn more about MariApps products and reach out to you personally, Shankar?
For further information about MariApps, you can always visit our website. Please do www.mariapps.com. And that you will get everything you need to know about the company. You can reach out to us also through website.
And Suba, how can our listeners reach Bureau Veritas for the services you detailed in today's episode?
Again, please, we invite you to check out our website at Bureau Veritas Marine and Offshore. We have a number of great publications that we are constantly releasing. There are some FAQs and blogs, again, that we publish on our website to discuss some of the latest challenges and issues that clients might be facing. So please do have a look and reach out to us, and we would love to help with your journey. Thanks.
Thank you both for your time today. It's been really insightful to hear from you both. All the best for 2025.
Thank you, Jade. Thank you for having me.
Great. Thanks, Jade.
Now, before we wrap up our 2024 season and say goodbye to you, we thought we'd entice you with a few soundbites from our previous episodes in case you haven't listened to them. First up, we have Jotun. We discuss the products they offer to tackle biofouling.
Well, I feel we've said clean hull a lot now, but it does all start and end with a clean hull. Lowering fuel consumption lowers carbon emissions. It's that simple. Of course, there's new green fuels on the horizon, but these aren't going to be readily available for quite some time now. And we must also remember that these new fuels will be extremely costly and less calorific than heavy fuel oil, so you'll need more volume also. So even more reason, keep your hull clean.
We also spoke to Miros Motion about the ways quality data can be used in decision-making to accelerate decarbonisation.
Our job is not to validate a single vendor over the other. I think our solution is a commercial solution. We want to measure continuously the performance of a vessel, and if that vessel install energy-saving devices, we can measure the effect of that one. But we are not here to judge which solution is better. I think we are here to judge owner's performance, and that can be owner's direct performance.
And finally, we spoke to ABS Wavesites about juggling regulatory requirements whilst looking after your bottom line.
While this is my first venture in the maritime industry, I'm certainly no stranger to leading software companies and their customers through digital transformation in other industries. What I'd like to point out is a couple of parallels I see in that digital transformation journey. The first one starts with my very favorite phrase, and that is, no one buys software for software's sake. They buy it to achieve value and outcomes. And those value and outcomes are very typically commercial in nature, in that they help organizations drive the bottom line through either increased revenue or cost savings or efficiencies.
Thank you so much for joining us this year. We hope you found these discussions insightful and maybe even discovered tools and services that can help drive your company forward. The world of shipping can feel unpredictable at the moment, but we hope this podcast has helped in some way as you plan for the future. We will see you in the new year, where we will have a fresh roster of guests and exciting conversations for you. Thanks for joining us. Until next time. Don't forget to subscribe to the show so you don't miss a single episode. We're available on all major podcast platforms, as well as tradewindsnews.com and the sponsored content section of the website. This part of the site is not behind a paywall, so you can access the show whenever you wish. And finally, if you're interested in working with the Tradewinds Content Studio for your marketing needs, please get in touch at advertising@tradewindsnews.com. We offer a range of marketing products from copywriting, audio, video, studio interviews, and major calendar events, and so much more.